Let me tell you something no one else prepares you for. You get under contract, you're expecting to feel so excited like you did it, and instead your phone won't stop ringing. Everybody has an opinion, everyone is suddenly nervous on your behalf. Everybody who's ever driven past a house in their life is now a real estate expert. Your mom is worried about your payment, and your uncle wants to lowball every time on time, and there's something about the neighborhood, and your agent is saying, hey, you need to make a decision tonight. And what should feel like one of the best moments in your life starts to feel like a group project that you didn't sign up for. So here's the truth. Buying a house is not about managing paperwork, it's about managing people. And if you don't get a clear on who actually gets a voice in this process, early on in this process, it will drain your energy and sometimes your money too. So let's talk about who actually gets a seat at the table, because not everyone can have an opinion and not everyone gets a vote. Here's the shift I want you to make before anything else. Your circle of trust inside a transaction is small, and it's small on purpose. And at the center is you and your partner if you have one. That's the core. Then your professional circle, your agent, your lender, your inspector, and depending on your situation, even your closing attorney. These are the only people that have access to all the facts, who have seen your actual contract, who understand your financing structure, and who are legally responsible for helping you navigate this. Everyone else is on the outer circle. So that means your friends, your family, your coworkers, and that one cousin that bought in 2004 and brings it up every Thanksgiving. Yes, that one. They love you, and I'm sure they do, but they don't have your numbers, they don't have your contract, and they don't know what you have negotiated or what's at stake. And here's the part that trips people up. You can love someone, not let them drive your decision. Appreciating someone's concern does not mean you're required to take on their anxiety. Now let's talk about how this actually looks in real life, because I know some of you are thinking, Alicia, it's easier said than done. And I hear you, but boundaries don't have to be aggressive, they have to be clear. With family and friends, when someone volunteers advice that you didn't ask for, there's no need to debate. You don't owe anyone a defense of your decision. You simply can say, hey, I appreciate that you're looking out for us. We're working closely with our agent and our lender, and we really feel confident in our plan. That's it. That's all. You acknowledge them, you reassure them, and you close the loop. There's no need to argue or explain, and no going in circles at Sunday dinner. You're not asking for their approval. You're letting them know you have a process and you're following it. And with your agents, some agents do tend to move fast, and the market sometimes requires it, but urgency does not cancel your right to think. And if you're feeling rushed, it is completely okay to say, I understand the timeline, but I need this evening to review this, and I'll respond to you tomorrow morning. And trust me, that is not being difficult. It is called being responsible, because you're about to sign a contract involving hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're allowed to breathe first. And with your lender's job is to educate you and not confuse you into a yes. So if something feels unclear, slow it down and say, walk with me through the long-term impact of this option, because I need one more time to understand. Or say, I want to make sure I fully understand this before I move forward. A strong lender welcomes that. They want an informed borrower. And if they don't welcome it, that tells you something too. And now I want to shift, because this is where the quiet mistakes happen. These aren't about feelings, these are non-negotiable. If it's not in writing, it doesn't exist. Verbal promises do not close transactions, contracts do. Appliances, repair credits, timeline, anything that matters to you needs to be in the contract, no exceptions. There's no, they said they would do it. Read what you sign. I know there are a lot of pages, I know it feels repetitive, but this is a legal agreement attached to your finances, and you are entitled to understand every word of it. So if you need to ask, what does this clause mean? Why is this fee here? What happens if this deadline is missed? Asking those questions is not annoying, it's protection. And a final walkthrough is not a formality. I need you to hear me on this one. The final walkthrough is your point of leverage before you close. You are confirming that repairs were completed, that nothing was removed that was supposed to stay, and that the condition of the property hasn't changed. Because once you close, that leverage is gone, and you need to verify before you sign, not after. So here's the truth and love. Peace in this process doesn't come from keeping everybody happy. It comes from clarity, from ownership, from deciding early whose voice actually matters, and being okay with the fact that not everyone makes that list. You are not being difficult when you ask questions. You are not being difficult when you need time to think. You are not being difficult when you need to protect your own interests. You are being responsible, and responsibility protects both your money and your peace. So if you're in the middle of this right now, I want to know where you're feeling the most pressure. Is it from your family, your agent, the financing side of things? Feel free to drop it in the comments because, of course, I actually read them. And if this helped you even just a little to stay more grounded in the process that can get really loud, make sure you're subscribed. That's what we do here. We move with clarity, not chaos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.